Imagine a time when empires stretched across continents, their influence felt from the Pacific to the Mediterranean. In this grand tale of conquest and control, a single queen stood defiant, a warrior of unmatched skill and determination. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll meet a legendary queen from Central Asia named Tamiris, also spelled Tamaris, and delve into the riveting account of how she confronted and conquered the formidable armies of Cyrus the Great. Before we dive into this epic story, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and join our growing community. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when new videos are released and get to watch captivating historical tales like this one. Now let's turn back the clock and explore the legendary tale of Queen Tamiris. In the heart of ancient Central Asia, far from the bustling trade routes and grand cities of the ancient world, there existed a people known as the Mash. Their way of life was a tapestry woven with threads of hunting, trading, and a deep connection to their horses. But it was their fierceness, their spirit of independence and fierce loyalty to their land that truly defined them. They were free. Amongst them lived Tamiris, a woman whose story would echo through the corridors of history. Not just any woman, mind you, but a queen, a warrior queen, whose name would become synonymous with courage and strength. When her husband, the previous ruler, passed away, Tamiris took her place, leading her people with wisdom and valor. Now let's travel across the vast expanse of ancient Asia to meet Cyrus the Great. He was a man on a mission, a leader of unparalleled ambition who had united the Medes and Persians into a formidable empire. His was a rule marked by progressive ideas, religious tolerance, and respect for local customs. A stark contrast to the heavy-handed tactics employed by many of his contemporaries. And yet, beneath this veneer of benevolence, simmered an insatiable desire for expansion. As Cyrus surveyed his domain, his gaze fell upon the free-spirited Mash. To him, they represented not just a challenge, but an opportunity to expand his empire. And so he reached out, not with weapons of war, but with an offer of peace, an offer of marriage. If the Mash accepted, their lands would be spared, their customs respected, and a union forged between two powerful peoples. But Tamiris saw through this offer, recognizing it as a strategic move that could spell doom for her people. For her, the cost of accepting was too high, the price of submission too steep, and so she rejected Cyrus's proposal, choosing the path of defiance over the illusion of alliance. Upon receiving this unexpected refusal, Cyrus's response was swift and decisive. With a massive army at his command, he marched toward the Mash lands, determined to bring them to heel. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a showdown between an empire on the march and a people determined to preserve their freedom. And what a clash it was! As the Persian army advanced, they were met with an obstacle they hadn't anticipated: the very geography of the land itself. Vast, open steppes stretching as far as the eye could see, a terrain that favored neither brute force nor siege tactics, but rewarded mobility and precision. Cyrus, confident in his army's strength, pressed on. His forces were composed of elite heavy infantry, some clad in bronze armor, their shields emblazoned with the emblem of the rising sun. Others carried heavy spears that glinted menacingly in the sunlight, promising swift and painful retribution. Leading these troops were seasoned generals, men who had proven their mettle in countless battles, their eyes gleaming with the thrill of the hunt. But as the Persian army ventured deeper into Mash territory, they encountered a peculiar sight: entire villages seemingly abandoned, their tents and huts left untouched. Cyrus's men, accustomed to the spoils of war, were puzzled. Where were the inhabitants? Had they fled, or were they lying in wait? Then came the moment that would change everything. As the weary Persian soldiers sat around a campfire, sharing stories of their conquests, their guard dropped. They relaxed, unaware that they were stepping into a trap. Suddenly, from the shadows emerged the Mash, their faces painted with the colors of war, their bows drawn tight. The tranquility of the night was shattered by the thundering of hooves and the sharp staccato of arrows. The Mash, under Tamiris's strategic guidance, had decided to strike when their enemies were most vulnerable, unsuspecting and unguarded. In the ensuing chaos, the Persian soldiers found themselves in a nightmare of their own making. Their numbers, once a source of pride, became a liability, their armor, a burden, their formations, a hindrance. The open steppe, a landscape that had seemed so promising, now threatened to swallow them whole. To make matters worse, the Mash, true to their nomadic traditions, were light and swift on their feet. They fought on horseback, their bodies swaying effortlessly with the rhythm of the steeds, their arrows finding their marks with deadly accuracy. For the Mash, it wasn't just a battle, it was a test of skill, a dance of life and death played out on the endless canvas of the sky. On the other side of the battlefield stood Cyrus, his face grim, his eyes scanning the chaotic scene before him. His carefully laid plans were falling apart, his vaunted army was being routed, but he was not a man to surrender in the face of adversity. As the battle raged, Cyrus rallied his troops, his voice echoing across the battlefield, urging them to stand firm, to fight back. The tide of battle may have been turning, but Cyrus was not ready to accept defeat. Amidst the unfolding drama, a hush fell over the battlefield as two figures emerged. Tamiris, and Cyrus. Each was a beacon of power. Each embodied the hopes and dreams of their people. The queen in her regal attire, her eyes blazing with determination, and the emperor, his armor gleaming, his face set in a mask of resolve. They faced off, not just as warriors, but as leaders, as symbols of their respective civilizations. Then came the moment that would echo through the ages. The two armies clashed. Horse met horse. Man met man. The air was thick with the sounds of battle, the clash of steel on steel, the neighing of horses, the cries of the wounded. It was a symphony of violence, a ballet of bloodshed. And amidst this chaos, one truth became undeniable. The Mash, with their mastery of the steppes, their skill in archery, and their unwavering determination, had the upper hand. It was a display of skill, strategy, and sheer determination that left the Persian army demoralized and disarrayed. The death of such a great conqueror sent shockwaves throughout the empire, destabilizing its leadership and leaving a power vacuum that would have far-reaching consequences. In the aftermath of the battle, the victorious Mash gathered around their fallen enemies. Among them was Cyrus, his body bearing the marks of a valiant fight, his face frozen in a silent scream. Despite his status as a great emperor, he was no different than any other slain warrior. And then came the moment that turned the tide of emotions from victory to vengeance. Touched by an insatiable thirst for power that had led to his demise, Tamiris decided to exact a symbolic revenge. She dipped Cyrus's severed head into a wineskin filled with human blood, a chilling spectacle that underscored the true cost of his ambition. This wasn't just a display of anger or a moment of madness. It was a political statement, a testament to the dangers of unchecked power, and a reminder of the consequences of betrayal. It was a warning to any who dared to challenge the might of the Mash. So there you have it, the dramatic tale of Tamiris and her confrontation with Cyrus the Great, a story that not only recounts a pivotal moment in history, but also offers profound insights into the human condition. From the strategic brilliance of Tamiris to the tragic demise of Cyrus, each moment is a brushstroke on the canvas of time. This legendary tale reminds us that power, however tempting, can corrupt even the most ambitious. It's a lesson we must remember as we navigate the complexities of our world. The fall of Cyrus, brought about by his insatiable thirst for power and domination, stands as a cautionary tale. It serves as a reminder that unchecked ambition can lead to ruin, even for those who seem destined for greatness. On the other hand, Tamiris' story is one of courage, leadership, and resilience. Her decision to stand up to Cyrus, despite the odds stacked against her, showcases the strength that comes from protecting one's homeland and loved ones. Her strategic brilliance and determination played a pivotal role in securing her people's freedom and shaping the course of history. The encounter between the Mash and the Persians was more than just a clash of arms. It was a collision of cultures, a meeting of two distinct ways of life. The nomadic traditions of the Mash and the sophisticated urban culture of the Persians were worlds apart, yet they collided in a breathtaking display of human interaction. Through this lens, the story becomes a commentary on the clash between tradition and progress, between the old ways and the march of civilization. It raises questions about the nature of cultural exchange and the consequences of trying to impose one way of life on another. The story of Tamiris is a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. Her courage in the face of adversity, her determination to protect her people, and her strategic brilliance in battle continue to inspire awe and admiration. She stands as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, one person can make a difference. Her story challenges the traditional narrative of history, which often overlooks the contributions of women and marginalized groups. It highlights the need to recognize and celebrate the achievements of those who have been silenced or ignored, reminding us that their stories deserve to be told and remembered. As we bring this captivating tale to a close, we are left with a sense of wonder and inspiration. The story of Tamiris is more than just a legend. It's a testament to the power of courage, leadership, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. May her story continue to inspire generations to come, reminding us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one can stand up for what they believe in and make a lasting impact on the world. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more exciting historical tales. Let us know in the comments below what other historical stories you'd like to hear next. Thanks for watching.